Ladies and gentlemen, please, we're gonna have with us tonight our friend Rami. Hey man.
Hey Anthony, how you doing, man?
Awesome, thanks. You too?
Good. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you perfectly. Great, awesome. Thank you very much for taking some time with us here tonight. It's gonna be cool. We didn't have a lot of interviews in English yet at the moment, as you know. It's a French community, but
Of
everyone
course.
is welcome here. So we're gonna do our best, and we're gonna try to not speak too fast neither. But we're gonna have also this video later on YouTube where we're gonna have some subtitles in French for our community. So it's not gonna be a big problem for the people. But
I can
welcome to you.
understand French, not speak it. So I've
Oh,
been watching you for some time. I'm trying to
awesome.
understand what you were saying, and yeah, I was in the. You were asking the community if they already were using some launch pads, and I saw some comments around.
Awesome. Oh, cool.
So yeah,
So I'm pretty sure you know a couple words in French.
I know. Yeah, I know quite a lot. It's just that my the way of like my fluency is subpar.
Okay, I
Let's say.
see. So we can't do the interview in French. No,
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
kidding.
no. You can ask in French. I'll probably understand, but I won't be able
No
to
worries.
reply professionally. Let's say.
Exactly. It's already good to understand.
If we were sharing some beers here after like two or three, yeah, I can speak Chinese and Mandarin. That's
Someone
already
told that also. After 3 beers, I can talk 6 languages.
travel around the
Okay,
world, understand anyone.
exactly. Okay, cool. So we're gonna talk tonight about Solana Prime. So it's also a launchpad on Solana, on layer one. Um, Maybe you can first begin with like an introduction about who is Ramiro. What is your past in the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency, so people can know a little bit more about yourself, maybe.
For sure, for sure. So, um, yeah, I'm Ramiro. I'm one of the co-founders here at Sona Prime. I've been involved in crypto since around 2014. I'm originally from Argentina, so we had quite a lot of inflation problems. I think we still have. I don't know, not I think we still have. It's been going on for ages,
I wanted to say,
and it came out as an inflation hedge at a point where there were a lot of capital restrictions, so it was difficult to buy dollars, or there were people were looking for alternatives. And a friend of mine introduced me to this new thing. I was in maybe like half midway through college, um, and yeah, and after reading the white paper, right, Bitcoin's white paper, it was like a revelation, right? I'm not a coder. I couldn't understand like the Merkle trees and all that tech side of things, but the actual concept,
mm,
and the way it was working, and being able to purchase. I don't know. There was a subway near the Bitcoin Center in Argentina. It was like this very early Bitcoin, like embassy, whatever they called it, that you could buy. And just seeing this new tech and the way that they could be, all the applications that it could have, it was just insane. We were talking about NFTs back in 2015. That was normal.
mm,
So all this was, I think, all these ideas, like smart contracts. I remember talking about like the idea of that, and then Ethereum came along. That you could write, you could potentially like not just transfer information, but you could transfer programs. And then Ethereum comes along, and you're like, whoa, this actually, it's all happening. Um, so yeah, that was a long time ago. And then different experiences in blockchain, um, centralized infrastructure. Mostly, I've been setting up custody solutions, centralized exchanges. I've always been on the business development side. And then I think everything clicked around 2020, when the whole DeFi, the summer of DeFi, where everything just, when everyone who was interested in this went the rabbit hole and understood that, this is just on another level.
mm.
But we were like blockchain, all these layer ones, and then we went into the smart contract, and DeFi summer of 2020. And that's where I started getting involved with more of a on the deep DeFi side, right?
Mm.
And since then, we launched aucun, which is another launchpad for the Cardano ecosystem.
Mm.
And I was working with the team as well as head of business development. That was almost 2 years ago. And last November, we started looking into Solana. And since then, we've been building the Launchpad that we're going to launch in hopefully 2-3 weeks, right? Whenever Certic is done with all the audits.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a crazy background, to be honest. So many years in the field of cryptocurrencies, and you have seen so many different things also in hypes, different hypes, of course, also from a couple of things. So I think it's important from people who have that kind of experience to be able to also try to learn from, to be honest, because you already lived a couple of hypes and also some bull markets and some bear markets. So it's very important so that kind of vision from those kind of people as well. We already talked about,
no, I can tell you that the Ledger guys, they're French, right? They gave me a prototype.
Oh,
in 2014.
Crazy.
And the Rio conference, they were in Rio, in Brazil, and there was a Latin American Bitcoin conference. They had a small plastic stand, and they had these crazy USBs, and they're saying this it's a hardwood wallet, it's offline. I was like, what is this? Like, yeah, if you want to try it, here, have a prototype.
You were feeling, oh, you're gonna scam me here. I don't know how, but
crazy. And then you go back, and it's like Series D raising millions. Crazy. I have like 2 or 3 ledgers. My parents have ledgers.
Exactly, everyone is having them now.
So yeah, I've seen things from like very early stage. Like everyone sold early sometimes, right? I mean, we've all could have been all super millionaires. But anyways.
Exactly. Yeah, so we already talked about aucun already also here at Cryptologic. We have a lot of different people, at least, who's loving actually also Cardano. We also did an interview with Cardano Shift. I don't know if you heard about them as well. Also Launchpad on Cardano. But so you were working at aucun. Are you still working today at aucun, or are you now full-time focused on Solana Prime?
So we have a shared incubator with aucun, right? In terms of research team and the experience that we have on helping accelerating projects. So we share those resources with them, all the networking that we can do, all basically the research team, the team that helps projects build investment decks connected to market, to the fundraising stage to investors, all the all the VCs that we share in common. So on that level, we share resources for accelerating projects. But in terms of Launchpad, in terms of day-to-day marketing, everything that goes on with Launchpad, the tech, that's a completely different team.
Okay, awesome. So why did you decide to build Solana Prime? So because it's quite new for the people. So because I'm pretty sure, and also we just saw that before on the chat, but not a lot of people heard about Solana Prime because it's quite new. Maybe you can tell us why that you wanted to create Solana Prime.
For sure. So I think that, I mean, I was always interested in Solana from the point of view of a non-EVM chain that really succeeded in the market, right? Or non-EVM compatible per se from the tech itself. It's personally the underlying tech and all the the proof of history, something that is extremely new. I was used to proof of work and then proof of stake, and then this is taking it to the next level. The speed, everything you can build on it, and the fact that there's really fun industry on top of it, that is gaming, that is growing massively, and that's extremely interesting because of the type of projects that you can work with, the type of people that you talk to. Solana has a different ecosystem altogether. I think that's what drove interest initially in it, and then having the experience of working with launchpads and having understanding, what people want to invest in, what good projects are, what good projects aren't. We started looking into branching out from EVM compatibility, right? Aucun it's not only supporting for Cardano ecosystem, but it's built on Ethereum and BSC. So we did, okay, let's look at something that is hot right now, that has a lot of potential, and that's Solana. There's some big competitors that we all know: Solanium, SolRacer, SolStarter, but I think there's still room for a new launch, but that has a different tier structure and that is looking to really look into only Solana ecosystem very in depth.
Yeah, so you're only going to be focused on Solana. You're not going to go like multi-chain or trying to work with side chains or everything.
So if projects want to explore multi-chain, which we welcome, right? will happily launch them, but they have to have a Solana token, SPL,
Yeah,
mainly.
I
So they
see.
have to be Solana looking to multi-chain, not multi-chain looking to Solana.
I see. Yeah, that seemed that. Yeah, it seems correct. For people who would like to, for example, maybe invest in Solana Prime and everything, in what kind of stages are you today? Did you already do like an ICO, or where are we at this moment?
So we're going to do our IDO on our own Launchpad. That's the MVP. We're going to show people how the Launchpad works by launching our own token. And that's going to happen hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, if everything goes right with the CertiK audit. We're currently undergoing all the internal audits, right? That's something that we always like to clarify to our community. The token itself, there is little to no need to audit it because it's just a copy paste. I mean, it's just an SPL token. Anyone can mint one. What you need to audit are the internal smart contracts, everything that works in the back, all the engine itself, right, of the Launchpad, all those smart contracts. That is what's currently ongoing with CertiK. We have several stages where the code is reviewed, their comments gone back, and their changes. The code is reviewed again. That's the audit process. So as long as things are not secure enough for someone like CertiK to say you're good to go, we're not going to launch our token and risk the community losing any funds.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. It's a smart way, indeed. Are you guys audited today, or will be?
Exactly, with a CertiK, where will be, right? That's the first audit, and then we're going to choose another company. We still have to choose which one, but that's going to be a second audit. So like
Okay.
I don't know if it's overkill or whatnot, but it's always good to have second opinions on the second opinion.
Exactly. Also makes sure like at least a little bit more transparency, and also the people feel much more secure, even if it's sometimes not needed. To be honest, people do feel much more secure in when there's a lot of audits. We did see some problems in other products also sometimes, where audits are not always correct. At least here in France, we saw a couple things, but I think it's always good to have multiple, indeed.
Yeah.
Because you talked about that there are some competitors today on the market from like a Launchpad on Solana. Can you tell us a little bit more about them, maybe, and also like what is the difference between them and Solana Prime today?
For sure. So there's some big competitors, and you have the likes of like FTX that does a bit of I don't know if it's an IDO itself, it's an IEO, but it's a Launchpad for tokens themselves. You have Radium, which I see is mostly focused on, which is mostly right on the AMM capability. So they have their own main business driver, which is the DEX, right? So they also have a Launchpad for, I guess, larger projects to be on, but I haven't seen them 100% dedicated to that. Then you have others like Solanium, which is I think the largest Launchpad now, the main one. Then you have others that are not 100%. Some of them are Solana, but not 100%. Some of them diverge into other chains, like Core Starter or Solrace or whatnot. So we see that these launchpads are some of them are good, right? So, I mean, some of the projects that they launch have good results. Some of them haven't. That can happen to anyone. But the way that we're bringing about our Launchpad is, we know that there are projects that our Launchpads are not looking at from, the pure capabilities of a Launchpad. There's hundreds of projects out there. It's a matter of how much you dig in. I don't know if a lot of launchers depend on referrals and depend on people applying to them. We are taking a very proactive approach. We're talking to every team that comes out. We have a token explorer that we built internally to detect new tokens coming out and all the information about them. So everyone who invests in us can be sure that we are very proactive in searching for talent currently. Very early stage projects that we talk to. Some of them are 2 months away from IDO. We're already talking to them, or 3 months away. I think that differentiates us in terms of the team. In terms of community, we are asking, without launching yet, we're asking the community what they think. We take a project, we talk to them, and then we go back to the community and say, hey, we just talked to this project. You guys like this? I mean, what do you think about this? What do you think about talk to a project called Secretum? launchpad.io. We talked to them. We really liked the project. We really liked the idea. We went back to the community and said, hey, what do you guys think about this? Do you want to invest in this that we're going to launch? Because in the end, it's a community-driven launchpad that we're building. And then at the end is the fact that revenues or basic fees that projects pay to use the launchpad are then given back in the form of APY.
Okay,
right?
interesting.
Instead of us giving an APY for our own utility token, which is just accumulating more and creating necessary inflation, what we do is the projects pay in their own tokens certain fees for using our services, right? For going through a whole due diligence process. If everything goes right and having access to our community, they pay a certain fees, a certain percentage of the whole raise. We take those tokens, we put them in a smart contract, and then we mint as if it were like index tokens out of that pool. And each token represents a share of this pool of assets, right? So the more projects that we launch, more tokens are held in this pool, and there will be a finite amount of index tokens. And by staking our main utility token, you get rewards in this index token.
I see.
So which represents the underlying.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to that pool of the tokens. Is it something that's going to be burned one day, or is it always going to be just staked and never taken off?
So the way you have is you have the main utility token Prime. You stake it, you get a certain APY, and this APY is a token that represents a pool. This pool of tokens is just kept there until at a later stage we allow users to redeem. So they say, let's say there's, I don't know, 15 projects, 20 projects, and 1 or 10 of the tokens represent 1 or 5 or 2 of these individual projects. At later stage, we want to do is we want to allow investors, by paying a premium, of course, for using the service for redeeming, to get the tokens from the pool. So you redeem your index.
Okay, I see.
Right. I'm not sure if people are going to use it, the redeem function, because the token itself gives you exposure, but it's going to be out there.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe for the people who don't really actually know what a Launchpad is, maybe I should have started even with that. But because not everyone knows what a Launchpad is. What is the main goal of what is a business plan of a Launchpad? Just like average Launchpad, if I can ask it like that, maybe.
So I think that what a Launchpad is technically it is a platform that allows projects to go public with their tokens, right? I mean, a project could do their own IDO, their own ICO, right? They could sell their token to the community. But what a Launchpad is technically is a smart contract where projects come and place their tokens and want to get funded for a certain amount of investor funds. And then the smart contract basically connects investors to project tokens. What a Launchpad is a figure, is a gateway between all the primary market investment, the VCs, the early round, and the secondary markets, your DEXs, your centralized exchanges, right? That's the gateway. So our responsibility as a Launchpad is to vet projects with the help of the community, with proper due diligence, and say, okay, which projects are ready to go secondary markets or which projects are not, right? Some Launchpad might launch projects which then have some issues or are not ready. So it depends on each Launchpad to have the right capabilities and the right team to detect what is a good opportunity from what is a bad opportunity, what is a good team from a bad team, or anything in the middle. Right?
Yeah, it's exactly that from my point of view as well, and it's very important. This is also always what I'm saying also for Launchpads, is that it's very difficult for people to know exactly where to go because there are so many Launchpads today, to be honest, also coming out. 100%. So there's a huge work actually also for just investors to be able to know why Solana Prime, why this Launchpad, etc. So as you mentioned also, I think the team is very important, to be honest. because all the trust and all that what we're giving as an investment actually goes behind a team, because if you don't deliver, then there's nothing is going to happen. So maybe you can talk a little bit more also about the team of Solana Prime, because there's not only you, I guess. We see you today here with us, but there's also maybe other people. And what is the goal with the team after the launch of the token as well? Like the focus really just after the launch.
Okay, so I think that with the team, we're very transparent. Some of our team members have LinkedIn profiles, some don't, just from the fact that, I don't know, developers or designers don't use LinkedIn as business people do. So, I don't hold it, it's the community can't hold it against them. But for me, a Launchpad has to be fully doxed or their experience proven, which ours is. We divide the Launchpad in the marketing team, in the community building, community management team, and then the business and research side. So the marketing team is of course promoting the IDOs that we launch, doing partnerships, proactively showing, constantly posting news about what we're doing, and helping us arrange AMAs like what we have today with you, Anthony. The community management team is our core team. Is basically they handle all the community requests, questions, concerns, complaints. A Launchpad is nothing without its community of stakers and with a community of investors. So our community managers, they basically are on all our socials, answering questions, asking us for more information as part of the founding team or the business team, helping redirect the right resources to the community to keep them informed. Business team is basically relationship management. They look for new projects, talk to new projects, try to find all the information necessary, give all the information necessary. So the business development team is constantly looking for projects. They know Solana very well. Most of my business development team, they either were flipping NFTs on Solana before they joined, or they were minting their NFTs on Solana, or were playing a game on Solana, so they know Solana very well. And then the VC analyst team we brought them from traditional financial side. One of our VC analysts comes directly from Accenture, where he was dealing with mostly with financial consulting. And what they do is they do due diligence. So they are trying to understand the tokenomics model, give suggestions to the project, read the white papers, trying to understand the technology, and all these answers and all the information that we get, we put it through our evaluation model, which we then produce an enhanced due diligence report. We analyze the project, we give our opinion, and we give our analysis, and we give this to the community. And we say, we score this project 4.5 out of 5, right? Based on this. Now you decide if you want to invest.
Yeah, I see. Like kind of maybe not red flags, but like each very important topic of maybe your like sign behind a product, you're gonna really try to put like a score on it.
If there are red flags, we don't even go forward.
Okay, I see. It's going to be very important for you guys to be able to push good product outside.
Well, we want to in a way analyze if there are like very bad red flags with the project. We don't even want to show it to the community, right? Because we don't want the community to be ill-informed, right? If we see if we see something good with the project, but it could be better, we also inform, right? But in the end, it's do your own research, right? We do our own research, and that's why we filter projects to the platform. But once we filter them, then we ask the community, hey, is this something that is interesting for you? Because we might see an opportunity, but all investors might not. So if they don't end up buying the token, what's the purpose, right?
Exactly. You can't choose what people will do. You will just put something outside. But as a company, as Solana Prime, each project that you're going to put on your Launchpad, will you guys as well invest in the product?
We are Launchpad, so our community invests. Stakers of our token get an allocation.
Okay, so you guys don't get allocations to be able to invest in the token.
We try to get as much allocation for the community. We don't invest in the IDO. We are a DAO, right? So we are our members.
Okay, I see. No, because I'm asking because if we take like companies like one of the biggest launchpad today, like DAO Maker, for example, they actually get allocations mostly in seed price as well directly from every project that they also are listing on the website. So I was wondering if each launchpad today works this way, or they have different business models.
In my view, there is a conflict of interest if you invest in a project and then launch it, because you're more willing to launch it. If you invest in seed in a project and then your own community buys at ideal price, you have a incentive in launching that token because your own investment is going to double or triple.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. This is the business model of DAO Maker, and one of the biggest launchpad today with a lot of product outside, some good ones, some bad ones as well, to be honest. But this is the way that they work, and it seems to work. But as you mentioned, I do agree with you that it doesn't seem very fair, to be honest, when you see that people like them with a lot of cash, with a lot of money already, are investing in seed price, and afterwards they can sell that to their own community for a public price mostly. So it is quite different.
What that does is, if there is some sort of a ventures arm, let's say that Solana Prime has a ventures arm, and that ventures arm put capital at risk and it invests in projects, but then the decision of launching is separated from a ventures arm from the Launchpad, I think that's fine. Like Solanium does it very well. They have Solanium Ventures, and then you have Solanium the Launchpad. So they might select certain projects they want to back. Of course, they have an incentive to launch, but it's a different, I would say, team or decision-making process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if it was us getting a seed allocation, what I want to get to at a later stage is getting seed and private allocations for our community as a VC DAO.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah, really making sure that the investments are interesting for the community directly and the token holders of Solana Prime.
Without the token holders, we are nothing.
Exactly.
There is no Solana Prime.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, perfect. Really awesome. Do most of the launchpads work like that, if I may ask, or do they more work like the DAO Maker? If you know,
you put him in a tight spot.
I'm asking. You know better than me, so that's why I'm asking. Maybe you don't know. It's possible.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I do know, but I would rather
not talk
avoid
about
any sort of confrontation about
I
what other launchpads do.
I understand.
Right?
So it's good.
I would rather keep it like that.
You don't have to answer all my questions. Very good. You're not going to make enemies tonight.
No, it's not about making it. It's just about what some consider might be a conflict of interest, or what some consider might not be. But it's who makes the decision. Because, for example, if we're going to launch a project, but we see a very good opportunity, right, to invest, that's a different decision, right? You might have an investment arm that does the investments, right? But if it's the Launchpad itself, if it's a DAO, then it's the DAO cannot invest itself. Right? It has the community to invest. So it's like we know Koban, Solana French community, right? Koban, do you know them?
I heard about them, but I never followed.
Okay. So there would be a VC DAO. They're not a Launchpad. They do exactly what we don't do at this stage. They choose projects very early stage, and they invest in them from the community decision. They have their token, and then based on their token holdings, you have certain allocation in that project. But they take very early stage. So those guys are doing exactly the step before us in a very similar way. By staking their token, you participate in their VC DAO. You have allocations in early stage. You have whatever terms there are. But then they come to us and they say, "Hey guys, we're looking at this project. It might be interesting for you guys to launch." Now we look at the project and we do our own due diligence, and we might tell them, "Hey guys, I'm not sure we like this project that much, or we like this project a lot." So those two, like this Chinese wall in the middle, differentiates between their interest in investing early stage and our interest in launching if we see the project is fit or not. So that dynamic is working very well so far.
Yeah, I see. Okay, perfect. how many, what is the goal about the amount of products? Of course, I'm not asking you for like a perfect answer in like numbers, but because you're really just going to work with the good products, of course. But what is the idea about how many projects a month do you think you will be able to launch, at least maybe in the first half year? So maybe we can talk like for maybe until Q3 2022. And do you have plans maybe for next year's?
So the number depends on the quality.
Yeah, that's what I guessed.
You know the answer. You know the answer I was gonna give already.
Yeah.
From experience and from like an average, I can tell you that 2-3 projects a month are good to come out and be vetted. Right. I can tell you that on average. But a month you could have 1, or a month you can have 6. Right. It depends when these projects want to launch. What we look at is we're now talking to like 12 or 15 pretty good projects. Now it depends when they want to launch. They might want to launch in August, and then 15 projects launch in August, or they might want to launch 4, 4, 4, 4, or something like that, right?
Exactly.
It's how many you have in the pipeline, and how early do you communicate to the community? Hey, we have this pretty good project coming out. This is going to come out at some point, but we already did our due diligence. We really like the potential right here. Check it out, because when it comes out, we want to launch it. You need to approve, community.
I see. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's totally normal that we don't have like a number, but I think it was good to be able to know like with how many projects that you're already talking to. So you talked about maybe 12, 15, you said, I believe.
So many. Our business development team and research team are on fire. I mean, every single day I look into our Slack, and there's another project there with high potential. And we're talking to projects so early, they haven't even talked to a Launchpad yet. So
crazy.
There's a lot of projects that we look at very early stage or late. It's just, I don't know, we've been talking to the whole Solana ecosystem so far. I mean, we talk to the big guys, we talk to the smaller guys. It's the smaller guys we're going to give a chance. The big guys are already live. We might want to connect them with the smaller guys.
Exactly. Okay, awesome. I just wanted to mention for the chat as well, for the people who are listening. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them directly also in the chat. We will be able to also ask those questions directly to Ramiro. Also, just small, you can put point d'exclamation. How do you say point d'exclamation in English?
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Thank you very much. Wow, it's a long time ago. I didn't say that again. Explanate. Oh, I'm not going to be able to say it again.
Well, you say exclamation, you just say exclamation.
Yeah, true.
You Americanize the French.
Yeah, true. And after that, just put giveaway in the chats. And there's a giveaway also tonight, just in case, from Solana Prime, where they're offering 3 sell to the community. So thank you very much for that. Really awesome. So we're going to have 3 different winners also with us tonight. We're going to pick 2 on Twitter directly, and also we have 1 directly in the live tonight. Just wanted to mention
hopefully the winners have never used Solana before, so they can install a Phantom app or Soulflare or something.
Exactly. That's also the goal. Exactly. So we will see how it goes. I may not choose who's going to be the winner, of course, but it's going to be random. We have here a question. Maybe I can just very fast read the question. What are the most highlighted features in the platform that you can make it stand out in the market? Is it open for the beginners or only for crypto experts? And how would you welcome no crypto natives to explore to your platform? So a couple different questions, of course. Maybe you can answer the first one, for example.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I think I'll answer the third one, which is I think the most complex one. To welcome a non-crypto native to an IDO.
That's not your job from my point of view.
It's very difficult though, right? Because you first need to explain what Bitcoin is.
Yeah, true.
And then you need to go to what a smart contract is, some way future after
and you're
a couple
lost
of
already.
weeks. And then you need to go into an IDO, and then you need to go into what projects are IDOing, which are GameFi or Metaverse projects. I think that's when the person went home. So non-crypto IDOs is very difficult. You know, for a non-crypto, they open a Binance account and they start looking at all these things, and it's already a bit out there. Then when you ask them that they have to install a Phantom or a MetaMask and secure that with Ledger, and then send funds to a smart contract, which they have to claim. And some of them might be vested. So it's a lot of financial terms as well. So I don't think that it's only non-crypto, but non-financial. I guess it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And then we can start with NFTs.
Yeah.
It is open for beginners. That's for sure. I mean, if you already have like a Phantom wallet, and if you already know how to buy and stake tokens, if you understand what you want to get out of it, you don't have to be an expert at all. I mean, it's very simple to stake, to read our due diligence reports, to do your own research. If you need more, you ask. We're here, right? So beginners can become experts by using the platform. That's the goal. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I think the most highlighted feature would be our dual token reward system, which I explained before, which is unique in the sense that it's non-inflationary in terms of not giving APY in the main utility token, but giving back revenues from using the platform in an index token that for the projects does not create secondary market pressure, because the tokens are not sold, they're giving us exposure. And for users of the platform, it gives you exposure to all IDOs, even those you didn't participate in, because of the chances and the odds of participating in the tiers.
Is it? Yeah. So yeah, you actually. Sorry, go ahead.
And then the insurance pools is the last one. So basically, we're going to have for 50% of the tokens of each IDO, once we stabilize the price of the token, we release the MVP and other features. Users are going to be able to buy it in a certain period of time, tokens back in case there's a rug pull at IDO.
Okay, I see.
Once the token goes live. It's I would suggest reading our deck or joining our community and asking more in detail, because Anthony, I'm going to drive you crazy if I keep on talking about explaining all these things. But yeah, I think those are the two main things.
Yeah, and I think it's really awesome, to be honest, to have that index token. I really like that, to be honest. As you know, I love to be able to dig into token economics in a lot of products. So maybe you can also talk just later on as well, maybe just to finish like a little bit more with a couple numbers, to just like give an idea for the people, like total supply, how many will be sold in public, and all those kind of things. Maybe just here a small very comment as well from Shainu. So there's 12 employees in different countries. Is that correct at this moment?
Yeah, there's more than 12 though. But like I said, some of them don't have LinkedIn.
I see.
Most of the tech team designers don't have any, and part of our growth marketing, they don't have any marketing. So there's more than 12. There's at least 2 times that. But yeah, they're in different countries. Because we're decentralized.
Yeah, it's Web3. I agree a little bit.
We are a decentralized organization run by decentralized, in a way, employees. So I'm in my room.
Yeah,
right. that's where I am. I mean, I'm like you, Anthony, but I just do a different work. You're on your Twitch channel and you do promotions, and you do, of course, your influencer sort of role, and in the same way that you do it from home, or you do it from a room, we run a Launchpad from our whatever room or living room or wherever you have an internet connection, and send some food to keep you going along.
I don't like the term influencer, but I understand. No, I understand. No, I'm just kidding. But
I wouldn't say you're influencing people, but I mean you're a.
I agree what you mean.
You're a face.
Yeah, maybe we can say that. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I also work from here for everything, but I also work for a company in Zug here in Switzerland. But I go there maybe once every 2 months only, so I work mostly from home. This is Web3. Web3 is with people working from home and all from all the world. So this is quite amazing. It's quite new also for a boss to be able to work with people, just from to have that kind of trust with people, just because of a webcam. Actually, it's much different, but it really goes quite well from my point of view, to be honest, on the last 5 years, how fast it went and how it's growing. But it's pretty well.
Yeah, we do have an office. We have an office in Serbia for people that want to go, but we're not restricting. I mean, I don't need to see my guys or ladies 24/7. There's objectives. There's time to do it. and there's like in any way of life, if you don't do things right, then you need to improve, and if you do things right, you get a compliment or whatever. Positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, whatever you want to call it. But you don't need to be 9 to 5 looking at a boss telling you what to do.
No.
That's we can leave that for whatever the multinationals do.
Exactly. We're changing now. It's much better like this. But since that we've changed, we're working more. So maybe we're not doing the good thing. 9 to 5 is actually a good life.
That's very true. Very true. We're 24/7.
Yeah, crazy. But okay, awesome. Maybe maybe to finish like with the last thing about Solana Prime, maybe you can talk a little bit more about the numbers from the token economics as well, to give us like a brief review about what's happening there.
For sure. So we have 100 million tokens maximum supply. Everything is in the deck in terms of the initial distribution, what it was planned. We sold a certain amount of tokens to the early investors, and that will be public. From the initial distribution, not all of the tokens were sold to early investors. All those that weren't, they go back to the treasury, right? All those tokens that weren't sold, they go back to the treasury for maybe future sales for some big VCs or great partnerships, to advisors, for marketing, development, community incentives, for the insurance fund. Then we will do an IDO depending on the demand from the community of around 300, 200, 300, or 400K, right? Something that we need to define in due time. And then, I don't know, in terms of vesting, our seed and private investors, they're vested at least for 2 years, right? So all of them that we have chosen to work with us, they have been very well chosen from their support to the project, right? Their willingness to stay with us for that long time, but also for the fact that they're very active in their respective fields. So they can either provide very good services to the projects we launch and we work with and accelerate, or refer us excellent projects for us to look at and launch and give the community more incentives. But yeah, that's a bit about the tokenomics.
Yeah, we can find everything on the papers as well. I think everything is now public as well, so all the links is also, you can just put it's crazy. I can't say that word anymore in English. Point d'exclamation.
Exclamation point.
Explanation point.
Exclamation mark. Sorry.
Exclamation mark. SP.
I'm not a native anyways. In English.
Yeah,
my main language is Spanish, but
it's even better than mine. SP, and you will have all the links. I will put it actually in the chat, so feel free to have a look directly also. Oh, it's not working anymore. Cartel, maybe you can just, oh no, it's working. Awesome. So feel free to have a look also on all the links, to follow them as well on Twitter and on socials, because that always helps. If you don't have any money, or you don't want to invest in the product, but you feel that there's something interesting, just with a follow, it's always interesting, and that always gives some support to the product. So feel free to do that. I'm just going to ask you our last question that's not related to Solana Prime. I always like to ask this to people who are involved in crypto since a couple of years. And after that, we can directly do our giveaway. So feel free to just stay 5 more minutes and you'll be able to earn. We're going to give away 3 souls, where there's going to be 3 different winners, and 1 person is going to win as well in the live stream, and 2 from Twitter. I'm just going to fast say it in French for the people who really don't understand English. Donc, vous pouvez participer encore. On va attendre encore peut-être 5 petites minutes. Je pose encore une petite dernière question. Puis après, on va faire le giveaway également des 3 sols. Il y aura 3 gagnants différents, 2 de Twitter et puis un gagnant également, ceux qui nous regardent actuellement sur le live. Donc, n'hésitez pas à patienter encore un tout petit moment. Last question for you, Ramiro, was to just have your point of view about the crypto market. I'm not asking you, are we going to the moon or not? This is not the way that we talk here. But how do you feel that the market is going? Do you feel good? How do you feel about, if we can talk more about the Bitcoin price, for example?
The Bitcoin price. So when people ask me about the Bitcoin price, I always have a very simple question, but it's very personal. It's I remember when it was 400, and people were saying that, or I remember when it was 1,000, and people saying it peaked. So yeah, I mean, we're still very early. I wouldn't look at it just for the price. I would look at it for the use. I mean, we all know about the war situation in Europe with Ukraine and Russia, and people are having their possessions with a USB drive and crossing the border and having something to use, right? Economies that have capital controls, you can, I mean, if they don't let you buy dollars, if they don't let you buy something that doesn't lose value constantly, like back in Argentina, you can buy Bitcoin, you can buy USDC, you can buy something that someone doesn't control, or your own government doesn't control necessarily. So the future is extremely bright for crypto, extremely bright. GameFi, right? People are transferring value from the virtual reality that they love into the reality that they live in. Right? Before it was completely separated, and they can bring in value. Right? It's not necessarily the companies that are taking it, but it's the value is there if you have it, right? If you have your assets and whatnot. What's happening with the NFT space is crazy. I mean, what's happening with NFTs, not just like 60 million NFTs, not that, but the DAOs that you're represented by your NFT, by your avatar, and that has certain utility derived from it. So all the possibilities that can be done from having your own unique identity in the blockchain represented by the token. I mean, it's what could be done is amazing.
It's going very far and also very fast. I agree with you 100%. NFTs is
it's going fast.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's going far, and then I think that the initial uses are yet to be done from blockchain. I mean, land registries, anything that I mean, you're in Switzerland, right? I'm in the UK. I'm in London, but we give a lot of things for granted that in a lot of countries they're not, like the value of money, like the value of land. Right? Those things are not properly registered, or like private property, and that's not registered in a way that we expect in other countries. And blockchain can definitely help with that, right? Because before there was paper and there were corrupt governments. Now you have technology, you have math, and that's something that they can't take away. So we're very, very early yet, and we're going to see a lot of more applications. So buy a ledger, and I don't know if this is like a brand. Like I would say Trezor.
I have a couple that I didn't even open, so I have a couple here.
Are you giving those away as well, or are you using?
Actually, not at this moment, but we're gonna do some giveaways with ledgers. We have Crypto Vector, who's doing a lot of giveaways with SafePal from Binance as well. But Ledger is, from my point of view, one of the best as well. Yeah, we're gonna do much French. More. And they're French, exactly. They're not
you're Belgian, so don't worry.
And I'm Belgian, so yeah. Oh, exactly.
Don't worry, I remember. It's just that they came from the French-speaking community. Let's say.
Well, exactly.
Let's say that. So yeah. I mean, buy a ledger or buy a Trezor, whatever you find best. I would recommend a ledger, and be know your coins, know your keys, know your coins. That's what I always tell everyone, and people just seem to forget. Buy a ledger, keep your coins.
100%. Well, thank you very much for that share of yours about Bitcoin. It's always great to have like different views from different people in the way that they see Bitcoin or the price of Bitcoin, in the way that they talk about it. So your answer was just perfect. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, we can go for the giveaway. Would you like to stay with us very fast?
I'm here.
Awesome. So I'm just going to share
some of the comments as well.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions or any feedback or have last question, feel free. Ramiro is with us now. Enjoy. It's not every day. He's a busy man. And there's a possibility that I will just have a small lag just in case. I don't know why, but the last times, we will see. I'm just going to share it now. It seems that it's going okay. But I just ordered a new PC because I'm having huge problems at this moment. I don't know why, but yeah, it's like that. But it's going okay. So first of all, we're going to do the Twitter giveaway. So to participate, you had to retweet and follow, of course, Solana Prime and Logic Crypto. We had a lot of people participating as well on Twitter, so really crazy.
A lot.
Twitter was quite crazy, to be honest. So
loved it.
Yeah, me too. So we're going to put here, there's going to be 2 winners. First of all, you have to follow indeed Logic Crypto and at Solana. I think it's like this, Solana Prime.
Oh, you do it like this?
Yeah, so the bot is actually directly going
as transparent as it gets.
Oh yeah, we never do the giveaways otherwise. It's always in live stream, so people can really see that there's not like a pick for a friend or anything, because we sometimes just don't know. So every giveaway is always with Twitter picker directly, and afterwards we also work with Nightbots, and you will see how we do it as well in the live stream. It's really quite cool. So
we've done it randomly as well. It's just that we didn't show it. We expected people to trust that we're not giving NFTs to a friend. I don't want to give things to my friend. I don't know. It's just that we like the community. It's just this is like another level of transparency. I like it.
And mostly you can trust, to be honest, but it's sad that sometimes you can't. So people know, I believe people know that they can trust us, but it's always fun to do it here. And also it's good for the company just like yours, because you guys are also doing the giveaway. So you will directly also have the names also in live stream directly from the people on Twitter. So we will not be able to give you another account or whatever. So 2 winners. Good luck. 1 chance and 1 500. Not a lot of chance, but still for somebody. So gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, please, good luck to all for 2 winners at this moment. We're going to have with us, the winners are Kryptoni, OFR, and J. Rohan. You're welcome, guys. You just earned both 1 sol from Solana Prime. So thank you very much for that. Et tu viens de gagner, un sol giveaway.
Feel free, so they can message us on Twitter and with their wallet if they don't want to make it public.
Yeah, sure. So just in case, it's possible that you will get more people. Now it's in English, so it's maybe better. But mostly when we do this, we have other people just creating the same account, and they will message your account in private to get the giveaway. So just make sure that it's the good name. I will give you all the names from Twitter here, because people sometimes they just copy paste a new account, fake account, and they then message you. So just be careful with that.
They can't have the same tag, right?
The tag you can't have the same.
Okay.
But the name you can. So just be careful about the tag. People are very smart in this world.
Yeah, but we're smarter. We're doing due diligence. So.
Exactly.
If we get fooled by that, that would be look really bad. Oh, no,
I agree. I agree 100%.
Nothing.
Well done for the 2 persons. Oh, crazy. It's so true. And for the people on the live stream, so people who are actually joining us now, sorry, it's a little bit sick. Pour toutes les personnes qui nous regardent, on va spammer. Si vous... Oh my god. I have to
drink some water. Blue wine. That's a you gotta get some blue wine.
Some blue wine.
Right?
Exactly. We have a lot of blue wine. So you just have to spam Solana Prime for the people and you will earn 1 sol pour toutes les personnes. N'hésitez pas à mettre sur le chat, comme d'habitude, Solana Prime. Et puis vous pouvez gagner un Solana. Et there's not going to be a lot of people participating. I feel it already. So we will see how many people are going to join. N'hésitez pas à mettre sur le chat Solana Prime. Et puis on va attendre une petite minute. We're just going to wait 1 small minute for the persons to participate as well. And we will be able to do the giveaway.
Yeah. While we wait, if you want, I saw a comment.
Sure,
I have the comment right here as well, right? Someone said, seems safe for everybody. Ledger seems safe for everybody. Shinu.
Yeah.
Keeping all your money in a USB seems terrifying for me.
It's not.
At least they're under your control.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's actually not in the USB directly, because if you lose your USB, you will always be able to get your cryptocurrencies back. It's just about the private keys.
If you have your seed phrase.
Seed phrase, sorry. Exactly, yeah. Sorry.
It is under your control that you could lose it, but at least it is under your control.
Exactly.
I don't know where you're from, Shainu. I don't know if you want to say, but
I think from
if you were
France.
from my home, if you were from my home country, Argentina, in 2001, the government, they're from France, right? So I mean, this might never happen to you, but in Argentina, in 2001, 2002, after we had a big crisis, the government, the government called what is called corralito, which is like a fence. That's the translation, and they didn't let people take their money out of the bank.
Yeah.
And then whoever had dollars, they turned them into pesos, and then they changed the currency rate and devaluated by 300%. So if you had $10,000, you were ended up with whatever it was equal to 3,300, whatever in pesos.
They were doing the exchange between pesos and dollars without your permission?
Yeah.
That's just crazy. This is exactly why we're fighting with cryptocurrencies and blockchain.
So if you're from, I would say, more of a developed country, like whatever, France or UK, you don't have that sort of experience where the government itself turns against you. But if you're from a country like mine, trust me, a USB sounds much better than having your money in your bank. Because at least if you lose it, it's your fault, not whoever is the politician in turn.
And there's a lot of different ways to be able to still get back your money, even if you lose it. And also never have, from my point of view, have all your money in one ledger. If you have a lot of money, if you have $1,000, it's maybe something. But if you have all your money in ledgers, feel free to have two. Why not? It's not a big expense if you're having all your savings in ledgers. So yeah.
Of course, I have two as well.
Yeah,
you have two. You keep them in different places.
Exactly.
And I would never end recommending the ledger, since I met the guys. But just
yeah, I can understand. So we're gonna pick the winner, ladies and gentlemen, in 5 seconds. Pour toutes les dernières personnes, encore, je vous laisse 2 petites secondes. Solana Prime sans majuscule sur le chat, et puis vous pouvez participer. On va tirer au sort dans 5 petites secondes. Donc, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to all. The winner is Miss Crypto M. Well done. Bravo à toi. Tu viens de gagner un seul également. Merci de mettre un petit message juste sur le chat pour nous montrer que tu as vu que tu as gagné. Et puis comme ça, on va pouvoir avancer. Just going to wait for a small message to see if she earned. And we're going to have Cartel, who's going to give her all the information to be able to contact you guys also on Twitter directly. So, parfait. Bravo à toi. I'm just going to take it off, and I hope it's not going to lag. Sometimes it's just because of the share screen. Sometimes it just freeze, but it seems that it's quite okay, so not having any problem. Perfect. First of all, thank you very much for the giveaway. Really awesome. I would really love to do this kind of things as well for the community. So thank you for that. Giving back to people where people can test more out in ecosystems, try to be able to do more transfers and all those kind of things is always good as well for them. Participate maybe because of that one sol at Solana Prime, for example. Those kind of things is really awesome. So
cool. Don't give us your Binance or Coinbase or Kraken, right? Open a Solana wallet.
Exactly.
And give us your Phantom or your Solflare or Slope. I don't want to play favorites.
But Phantom is one of the best. Lazy. Yeah, exactly. Phantom is one of the best from your point of view, or just the most used?
It sometimes gets stuck more than I would have liked, and my computer is pretty good. So it is better than MetaMask for sure, from like user experience, and it's very simple to use and connects very fast to but it sometimes gets stuck. I have not tried the others, but I have spoken with the Slope Finance team. Slope.finance is Slope wallet, and what they're doing is very, very cool. They are basically doing a mobile wallet, not just a web wallet, the Chrome, which according to them works better on the app than the conversion of or sorry, the app that from Phantom, but they're held like an app explorer, so you can use apps directly from the wallet itself. So your
Awesome.
DEXs, your AMMs, whatever you want to choose, NFT marketplaces, everything from the app. So
Quite cool.
don't play favorites, give it a chance.
Yeah, I gave the chance not a long time ago at Crypto 98. I don't know if you heard about it. I love that wallet, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, Coin 98 is it?
Yeah.
I haven't tried that one.
Really
Someone
awesome.
asked, yeah. Sorry, am I taking your role here? This is fun.
No, please go for it.
Someone said for FTX account, no, right? That's centralized exchange. Open a non-custodial wallet and try it out. That gives you access to DeFi. FTX, great for them. They're huge. They're massive. But there's a centralized exchange. It's the same.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of time, to be honest. It's really being lazy if you don't put a wallet.
It's an extension. Come to the dark side and use non-custodial.
It's an extension. Yeah.
You need to save the seed or whatever.
I agree. Would you like to read Bière qui mousse in French? It seems that you were reading that. I knew that you were reading that one.
I was reading that one. Yeah, so it's coming out. They have it on iOS, so they don't have the Android yet. But I guess it's easier. It's more difficult to get through Apple than it is to go through Android. So I guess it's a smart choice. But yeah,
exactly. I agree. Well, perfect. We will be able to post this video as well on YouTube later on, avec les sous-titres en français. Du coup, pour toutes les personnes, ça va être sur YouTube, comme a dit Cartel sur le chat. But thank you very much for taking time with us here today to talk about Solana Prime. I can't wait to be able to see in the next months how it will grow, how many products you guys will be able to push out as well. I will follow, of course, from closely and see how it goes. And yeah, hopefully it's going to work out also for you guys, because we don't know how the crypto market goes, and the crypto market always have like an impact in those kind of products like yours in Launchpad. So I hope it's going to go well. We will see. I'm pretty sure that with the team that you have and yourself, it's going to go good on that side. So I don't have any concerns.
We hope for that. And then anyone from here that has any questions, feel free to come on your channels and on our channel, and ask. We're very transparent all the time. And if you have us, if you have me, Anthony, in a month or so, when we have the platform up and running, we can show it to the community. I would love to come.
You're always welcome back.
Yeah, it's been fun. I've done other AMAs, and this one has been fun. Twitch is fun.
Yeah, Twitch is really awesome.
And it's first time I'm live at Twitch. I've been following a lot of YouTubers.
Cool, awesome.
And I watched it, Twitchers, or whatever you call them. And I've seen them on YouTube or Twitch, but I've never been live on one. So
yeah, but it will be much better next time, because we're going to open our studio in Neuchâtel very soon. So just going to be a totally different background. We're going to be somewhere else, new cameras and everything. So next time that you will join, it's going to be totally different. And it's going to be really awesome as well. But yeah, you're always welcome. We would love to be able to also follow up in the next months and see how it goes. So yeah, feel free to just PM me.
Amazing.
Awesome. Ramiro, then I wish you a perfect evening. Enjoy it. I know you have still a lot of work. You're not going to go directly to bed maybe, but what time is it actually at your time?
9 p.m.
Oh, it's 9 p.m. Okay, yeah. It's actually
someone is waiting for dinner.
Okay, yeah. I see.
It's time to go dinner and a movie or something.
Okay, then we will let you. Okay, nice, awesome. Then enjoy your evening, Ramiro, and we will talk very soon. Awesome.
Cheers, Anthony. It's been a pleasure.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.